You guys, welcome back to King Old, and yes, Shakur Stevenson just beats Edwin Santos via unanimous decision, 115 to 113 on one of the cards, and then on the other two judges' cards, 116 to 112, all in favour of Shakur Stevenson. First of all, I mean, what an absolute waste of time that was. Honestly, that was a complete and utter waste of time. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they made you get up early on a Friday to watch that, and it was honestly a shambles of a fight. It was honestly an absolute shambles, and Tank Davis absolutely destroys Shakur Stevenson if he wants to fight him like that. Devin Haney destroys Shakur Stevenson. I mean, honestly, that was absolutely shocking. Shakur Stevenson was like after the fight saying, "Oh yeah, I wasn't feeling well," and he was like, "I'm not making excuses though." Joke of a fight, to be fair. Joke. I can't really name any combination or literally any exchange which they had. Neither guy threw any combination throughout those 36 minutes in those 12 rounds. Neither guy threw a combination, and there was literally zero exchanges in that whole fight. And look, both guys are boring as hell. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, you see people saying you just don't appreciate the sweet science. That was not the sweet science. I'm sorry, that was not the sweet science. There was no masterclass performance there by Shakur Stevenson whatsoever. That was nothing but the masterclass performance. Both guys just stood in front of each other, fainting, and put no combinations together whatsoever. It was an absolute shambles of a fight in the worst main event of 2023. Just a simple waste of time, a boxing fan's time, really. An absolute waste of time. I actually call Stevenson winning the fight 115 to 113. It was close, whether you like it or not. It was that close. Shakur Stevenson was not throwing, and Edwin Santos was, Edwin Santos in those early rounds, he was working the body well with the jab. That was about it, really. Edwin Santos was doing well with the jab to the body, and nothing was coming back from Shakur. And Edwin Santos didn't offer much offensively either. No guy did. No guy did. They both just stood in front of each other, fainting the whole fight. I just don't get it. Shakur Stevenson was just on his bike a lot of the time. Edwin Santos was trying to push the pace. But no, eventually, from round 7 onwards, I'd say, Shakur Stevenson did take control of it and was taking centre ring and was throwing out the jab a lot. But honestly, I actually don't think Shakur threw that left hand out of his any more than 10 times. I'm honestly being honest. It was literally no more than 10 times he threw out that his left hand today. That was absolutely shocking from Shakur Stevenson. Literally never threw out the left hand. Don't know what the issue was. Was he injured? I don't know. I don't know, because the thing is with Shakur, yeah, he was moving around well defensively, doing his thing as usual. Offensively, nothing coming from him. Nothing coming from him. You're not beating any of the top 5 fighting like that. You are not. If Shakur Stevenson was fighting Frank Martin tonight, he would have lost. He would have lost because he's too cautious defensively, and when you're in there with an actual killer, unlike Edwin Santos, who just Edwin Santos. He was too cautious that counters were going to come back at him, I think. But he should have been able to tell, though, by round by round 4, nothing was coming back. Going for it more. Going for some big left hands to the body. And to be fair, I don't think Shakur was injured. I just think he struggled because he came up against the guy with a southpaw, couldn't get the whole, footwork dominance until round 7, and it's getting late for him to have to pick up rounds. He was obviously always going to win that fight, but I had him losing those first couple of. I actually called Stevenson losing those first couple of rounds, if I'm being honest with you. Then eventually started picking it up as he got into round 7, won the fight. But it was honestly, it was an absolute waste of time and a joke of a fight. It was an absolute joke of a fight. Shakur Stevenson needs another fight before Tank, but Shakur Stevenson does not deserve to be the lightweight world champion in an amazing division like lightweight, which I feel like lightweight's actually one of the best divisions in boxing right now. And we've got that guy, Shakur Stevenson, top of the division. It's an absolute joke and a shambles. Edwin de los Santos, what are you doing? Shakur Stevenson, what are you doing? Like, yes, if we're being honest, like, yes, Shakur Stevenson's a very good and very special talent. Boxes well. But that was not the sweet science, though. That was not a good performance by Shakur Stevenson. Worst performance of his career so far. It was honestly shocking. If he was actually in there with someone with a heartbeat tonight, he would have lost. Simple as that. Ryan Garcia would have beat him on this night tonight. He honestly would have, because he would have gone for it. And Shakur Stevenson was not up for the counter shots whatsoever. Shakur Stevenson was hardly ever countering anyway. So I don't really think like anyone would really worry what's coming back from. Just imagine if he was in there with Tank Man. If he was in there with Loma would have scored it. Loma would have took him to school. He talks so much, Shakur. He talks a ridiculous amount, and that's why it's so hard to actually get behind him, because we'll just see performances like that. Like, if he was actually putting in the sweet science, I'd understand. But it was not. He was literally running. He was honestly running and just jabbing. Never threw the left hand. Never threw out any hooks. Didn't throw any uppercuts. Same as Edwin de los Santos. Never threw anything special in that fight. Jeez. Neither threw anything special. It was honestly a shocking fight to watch. Like, honestly, it just kind of got boring to score in the end, to be fair. Literally nothing was coming from either guy offensively whatsoever. I just don't know what either guy was doing. It's an absolute joke. Why didn't Edwin de los Santos go for it more? Shakur was doing nothing the whole fight, and I still see people saying, especially with the top ranked guys as well on commentary, saying Shakur Stevenson was showing a masterclass performance here. Based off what? What did Shakur do that was masterclass? Where were his hooks? Where were his uppercuts? All we saw from him was a jab. We didn't see any straight right hands. We didn't see any, like, from Shakur. We saw no combinations. We didn't even see a simple 1-2 down the pipe from Shakur. We didn't even see that. He was just throwing single shots the whole time, which was the jab, by the way, and threw out the left hand about 10 times in that whole fight. Not even joking. He threw out like, oh my god. It was basically like once around, he threw out the left hand, used the jab, and that was it. And Edwin de los Santos used the jab to the body, and that was it. Shakur used the jab, and all Edwin de los Santos was doing was jabbing the body. Both guys disgraceful.